Oecusse district is located on the western part of the island of Timor as an enclave of Timor-Leste. The total population of the district, covering an area of 815 square kilometers, is around 74,000 inhabitants, with only 10,000 in the capital, Pante Makassar, and the majority of people spread around the mountains and along the coastline. Currently, there's no major industry in the area, and the population survive on fishing, small-scale agriculture and sales of handicraft. Although having a high potential for tourism, the area has not been developed yet. In 2011, first talks of creating special zones of social market economy commenced between the government of Timor-Leste and Dr. Mari Al-Khatiri, the country's first prime minister after restoration of independence. In February 2013, his status as special representative of Timor-Leste in all concerns of the ZEESM project was confirmed by the Council of Ministers.
When President of the Republic and Prime Minister asked me to lead this project, I said, okay, I can do it, but starting from Oecusse. To have Oecusse as reference. Being an enclave is feasible, it means that others can do too. That's why I decided to start from Oecusse.
The advantages of Oecusse as pilot location are obvious.
One is because historically Timor-Leste started in Oecusse. When the Portuguese came in 500 years ago, they landed in Oecusse first, and from Oecusse they came to Dili. All around Timor-Leste, Oecusse is very specific in terms of traditions, in terms of culture, even in referendum. After 24 years of occupation, 99% of people of Oecusse voted for independence. Second is a constitutional issue, because the constitution already opened doors for a special status for Oecusse, administrative and economic status for Oecusse. This is legal base.
The project is now at a stage where international investors have the chance to participate in the process and become a part of sustainable development with a goal to make Oecusse an economic catalyst.
Geographically, Timor-Leste is very well situated between two giants, Indonesia and Australia, economically and politically, and close to big markets like China, Japan, South Korea and others, and in a region that is really experimenting now a booming economy. We can really attract investors to Timor-Leste easier than the eastern part of Indonesia, because we are a country. We have diplomatic corps here. We have investors coming every day because we do have oil and gas. And getting this hub of development, creating a new market. Instead of having 1 million people as a market, you will have 5-10 million people just for the sub-regions.
The ZEESM concept is a holistic approach to sustainable development, combining growth of business and industry with social components.
The master plan gets two different approaches simultaneously. First is training the people, invest in education and health, and the other one is infrastructures. Public, we will have public infrastructures, roads, bridges, ports, airports, and others, even for schools and health system. But mostly for the urban city, we will have private infrastructures.
Economic development in Oecusse will be implemented with special care.
I believe that only a market economy can really get some dynamic to the developments. But still, the social component of the whole development is very important. If you can really increase the living standard of the people, they will transform themselves in a better market for your own investments. And this is a cycle that you can really complete it. But investing in health, investing in education, and investing in basic infrastructure.
Oecusse's population has always felt Timorese, but because of its remote location has not yet had a big impact through development agencies like the capital, Dili.
Oecusse are very, very peaceful people, very nice people. They really never experimented some kind of the velocity of the developments with this kind of things. The impact will be very big for them. But the people of Oecusse, they like to work. They like to work, particularly in the paddy fields, and they are very good farmers. They like to work. I think that if you can really outsource some technology and know-how to Oecusse, they will do even better than many other places.
The ZEESM project has the power to transform people's lives.
Just one example, the landowner. If the whole project needs the land, instead of paying to the landowner money, the landowner will be invited to be an investor to the whole project. He will feel part from the whole project. His land will be valued and will be converted into titles. This is a financial scheme that we are going to develop.
The whole society in the area will benefit in the long term.
Oecusse will have special laws for everything: immigration, trades, fiscal, banking system, for everything. Just have a look to Singapore. It's much smaller in terms of land than Oecusse. But 40 years later, 60 years later, Singapore is really a very powerful economy, although it's a global economy. Then Oecusse will be also a global economy, not only a Timorese economy.
The development of Oecusse district goes hand in hand with the strategic development plan of Timor-Leste and will also have an impact on the region.
In 2-3 years' time, we will have more than 1,000 medical doctors. But in the eastern part of Indonesia, there's no doctors at all. And we can assist them of having doctors in Flores and Alor in the eastern part of Indonesia. Imagine, instead of sending people to Singapore or Surabaya, if you can do it to Oecusse. Money will stay in the country, and the quality of service quality will be the same or better. Education the same. You will have an international university in Oecusse, a very integrated university.
Oecusse, as a hub of production and trade in the region, will enable close collaboration between Timor-Leste and Indonesia.
All these kind of things are already discussed with Indonesia and very well received. You have coffee here. You have also similar coffee in Flores, very similar. If you work together, you can really identify a niche market and have a guarantee that every month, every year, you can really be a solid supplier to this niche market. And the price of the coffee will go up and up. Indonesia is one of the biggest markets around the world for cattle. But we can even produce here. We can, this included cattle, chicken, and others. So why not? Timor-Leste can do it, exploring the market in Indonesia. Even for organic products, not only coffee, but very different products. This one thing, as a green zone, all the goods will be certified as organic, international certification. Oecusse is very rich also in manganese. You can have a process plant for both sides. This is a way of economic diplomacy and economic cooperation between NEIGHBOURS. All these things can be done, but not Timor-Leste as a small country alone. Timor-Leste can really use his capacity to mobilize others, to organize others, and all of us will benefit from this.
3 phases with concrete time frames are outlined for the project implementation.
At the very first phase, you need to upgrade the capacity of the ports and the airports, and of course, sanitation, clean water, and power. This is the priority. But schools, you need to upgrade the schools, health system. But in every phase, you will have always private infrastructure to be developed and public infrastructure to be developed in every phase.
The rural and urban development will follow a strict planning.
All the industries are linked to agriculture and fishery. But tourism is one of the things, and trade. Trade to be really a bridge between countries from Europe, particularly from Portuguese community and from Africa, for Portuguese community-speaking countries, and the region. The urban city by itself, they will bring almost 30,000 people at the beginning, and we can go up to 150,000. That's our plan for the urban city, because you need this market too. You need this market to speed up the whole development.
In all industrial and economic development, the human side and the social aspects of the ZEESM project will always be priority for the team. Private and public infrastructures, with a special focus on recreation and leisure areas, will be designed to accommodate healthy and happy living. Green spaces and centers of worship for various religions and beliefs will be created.
The biggest space for all of them for common reflection and exchange of ideas and of philosophies between the very different spiritual cultures groups. And we have church, we will have mosque if it is needed. Now Oecusse has no Muslim there. I will be the first to go there. Housing is one of the things. People need housing. Hotels of 4 stars up for tourism and for office buildings. This is a more private one. But we will have also hospitals, schools of every kind, every levels, international schools, national schools also. Housing, the rural housing for the populations, industries, particularly the agribusiness, agribusiness, and resorts, public infrastructure also, ports, airports, roads, bridges. These are the main infrastructure, power, electricity, from priority for renewable resources, and clean water and water for agriculture and for everything.
The building crew for the first phase is mostly Timorese, with international supervisors in a capacity building process.
The ratio is 1 foreigners, 3 nationals. Means that 6,000 Timorese will be involved in this. It's at the beginning. By the end, we will have much more involved, not only directly building the city, but involved in very different kind of work, supplying the cities also. In my team here, I have already some civil engineer. I will get some architecture to be included, and just to get both working together in the designing process, starting from the designing process and implementing process. What I'm looking to is really here is to get the whole programs to be a school of learning for Timorese.
The ZEESM team, with project leader Arsenio Bano, is currently analyzing needs and existing infrastructures in Oecusse district in close dialogue with the local population.
My job is to understand the details of when we talk about the challenge of people, participation, preparation, what we mean about it. My team is 20 people, national, they're all national, they're all technical people from different sectors. We will spend another 1 month in Oecusse to visit all the 18 sukus, villages, 63 villages in Oecusse, and the administration and the situation of infrastructure and social aspect to understand more. It's like, you know, if you want to go somewhere, you need to know how to get there.
Clean, renewable sources of energy are in the discussion, using wind, sun and biomass. Yet, 2 recently constructed power plants in Timor-Leste will be reliable energy sources for the region.
We will have an overproduction of energy here in Timor-Leste, Hera and Betano. And from Maliana we can supply this energy to Atambua, and then getting back from Kefa to Oecusse. And then you will have a backup in Oecusse. Slowly you can do it. Diversify this backup system. Instead of having a big supply base in Panti Makassar, you can diversify it to different villages.
Besides modern energy structures and eco-conscious treatment of waste and wastewater, investment is encouraged in various areas. Local entrepreneurs have been consulted throughout the way to make sure that progress will happen for and with the Timorese.
I've been talking to very different groups here, Timorese, different groups, trying to really get them to understand that Oecusse is not only project, it's a very big program for development. The only way for them to get involved is also to invest and to have courage enough to invest some money. Because money that are not reinvested means almost nothing. Then some of them are ready to do it. Although of course, the Timorese business people class is not really a very strong class. But the condition that the financial scheme there can really open doors for them even. I would prefer to have them invest to feel that they are part of the whole program.
Special focus will be on having women groups participating and integrated into the project phases.
And women itself is one of biggest contributors to the success of the zone, to the idea of the implemented zone. That's why, for instance, today we have a focus group discussion with the delegation of women from Oecusse. We want them to tell us and describe to us what is the biggest challenge, what can they be useful in the process and can participate in the whole process.
The financing model has been thought out to be beneficial to the investors and to the country.
Public investment will be only 1/3, 33% of public investment for the whole program. 67% will be private investment, coming from all around the world. Even the governments will be an investors, but it's still, as a single investor, will be the biggest investor, the strongest. This is also a message to the potential investor that government is committed to invest. All government projects now in Oecusse are going to be implemented with close coordination with my team. Government will get 3 different returns: economic, social, and even financial returns. Private sector is the same. They will have economic returns and financial returns. We will have financial institutions, banking and others to send titles to all around the world. The financial scheme is very clear. We will create 3 to 4 different funds. Will be managed by a bank and owned by a holding company. The holding company will be owned by the government, 33%, and the private sectors, very different people, 67%. And the fund one of the funds is for investments and developments. This is normal. Second one is poverty eradication funds. But it's not doesn't mean that we are going to subsidize now. Microcredits to credit to a medium enterprise, small enterprise will be the priority. Particularly linked to agriculture, and we have a third fund is for culture and sport development, and the fourth fund will be for economic integrations, regional economic integration.
The population in the region, from intellectual to simple farmer, is eager to participate in the development. In a meeting in May 2013 for a presentation of the master plan for the region, almost 1,000 inhabitants attended and had the chance to raise their questions in a Q&A session with Dr. Al-Khatiri. Still, some preconditions need to be met before the implementation. The Parliament is currently laying the foundation for the legal framework.
First of all, the special status for Oecusse has to be defined by law, by the Parliament. And then the special zones for social and economic developments will be defined by decree law. We already made a proposal to the government. Government will really present to the Parliament all this piece of bill to be adopted. And then we can go ahead. You need a strong authority to whom you need to deal with, and to have a legal framework is status, creating the zones as an institution, special zones for economic and social development. This is another legal piece, documents. And then immigration law, labor, fiscal, trades, everything. You need that has to be have to be different than the normal one here in Timor-Leste, to be a bit more attractive for investors.
Also internationally, the project has found increasing interest. British former Prime Minister Tony Blair came to Dili for a meeting with Dr. Al-Khatiri in August 2013 to hear firsthand about the progress. He is convinced that the project, once on its way, has all the chances to go ahead successfully.
The fascinating thing about the Oecusse project is it gives an opportunity to develop part of the country which has got a unique situation and obviously quite dramatic potential and possibilities. Indonesia, China, elsewhere where these special economic zones have had an enormous impact. So, I mean, the potential is huge. It's fantastic that everybody in the country is working together, across the political divide in order to get it done.
Through its natural beauty, the potential for tourism in Oecusse district is high. Infrastructures will be set in place with big effort.
As all around Timor-Leste, you have beautiful beaches. You have no infrastructure there. You need to develop some kind of infrastructure, but can be that can really adapt to the region, to the context. We are really looking to get 2 different ferries now at the beginning, one for cargo and another one for passenger, and a third one for tourism. Airport will be upgraded with even with international quality of airport, starting from 2,500 meters to 3,000 meters. The ports, now we do have already a good ports built by the Japanese, but we need to really extend the ports, because we will have dry dock there too, and we will have silos of cement, silos for cereals. We built close to the port too, and power station will be also close to this port.
The ZEESM project presents an opportunity for investors from the country and from abroad. The ultimate goal is sustainable progress by enriching pure market economy with social components. Diligent management of the project and ongoing dialogue with the population will enable empowerment of people and an organic growth of the region. The young country of Timor-Leste feels ready for the challenge to transform the enclave of Oecusse into a prospering society.
I think that it's time for us. We have resources, we have revenues, we have money. It's time to have to put our brain working properly. If you are all of us talking the same way, poverty eradication, the development has to start from down up. This is a national project. This is even a regional project, not only a district project. When some people try to argue, why so much money to invest it in a single district? The special zones always done with a lot of money because their impact is real for national impact. I think that Oecusse can be a reference, not only for Timor-Leste, but for this poor part of Indonesia, the eastern part of Indonesia. This is a good reference. That's my dream, and I will try to convert this dream into a reality.